Today, I'm super excited to sit down with Erin Henry. She's a prominent name in the retina space, has experience working at several companies such as Genentech, NGM Biopharmaceuticals, Iveric Bio, Astellas, obviously bringing the second GA product to market, Izervay. And with the wonderful team, what I guess I like to call this group the regulatory dream team, Erin. Snehal Shah, Dhaval Desai, Luke Zach. You guys just did a fantastic job of bringing this product to market. So you're just, we'll share a little bit about the session you're talking about. But so yeah, is that fair to call them the regulatory dream team?
Oh, they were the regulatory and development dream team, and working with people like Sneh and Julie Clark, and the whole group was just such a joy. It really was a fantastic experience and set a very high bar for the types of teams that I want to be on in the future.
Well, it seems like the launch is going well, launch of Izervay. So you're going to be moderating a session at OIS 14 on Friday at 3 p.m. It's titled How to Tackle Functional Endpoints in a GA Study. Erin, I have a couple of questions in terms of your perspective on what we can expect from this. Obviously, we have a couple of products on the market. So you guys set a standard for, and that with the FDA. The anatomical changes in GA is what's the regulatory requirement for a GA product. But what matters to patient is, of course, we know that it's the functional endpoints. How is this becoming so relevant? What is the panel going to be discussing at this year's OIS 14?
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a great session, and I'm thrilled to be able to be in the company of all of our wonderful presenters. It's such a timely topic. We have seen with the success for the first two complement inhibitor treatments that you can achieve success and start to bring therapies onto the market to help patients, and yet there's still so much need to innovate and evolve on our endpoints. It's one of those things that I really feel like this is a moment in time where we're learning so much, and we have so many exciting companies that are coming in with a variety of interesting mechanisms of action that may complement or improve upon the therapies that we already have. And so thinking about how do you continue to show how these therapies are meaningful, not just to patients, but the wider ecosystem. Payers want to know why it's meaningful. The regulators want to make sure that the therapeutic benefit is preserving sight, being able to do better and better in articulating the value. And it's important for companies and academics and the broader retina community to think through this as a community and in forums like this. So I'm just really thrilled that we have so many experts and are going to be able to delve into what I think is a really challenging but exciting topic.
Excellent. It's interesting, Erin, you mentioned the payer perspective. What are they looking for? Do they, you're obviously probably companies should be doing payer market research around phase 2 as they plan their phase 3 development. What are some of the things that payers are looking for, especially with a lot of new data that's being generated by the two, approved products in the market? Any insights on that?
Yeah, I mean, so each of the various stakeholder groups, you have your regulatory bodies, you have the physicians and the patients that will use these therapies, you have payers that you hope will reimburse, and you have, kind of different perspectives on all of those. So payers want to know that they're paying for something that is meaningful, that there's value. And again, they're not retina specialists, so they think with the lens of, if you're preserving retinal tissue, I want to see that in terms of vision, not only vision stabilized, but oftentimes there's an education on, they think vision could get better. There's a lot of, payers are experienced with the anti-VEGF category and wet AMD. And so, trying to educate on what is reasonable is an ongoing challenge. But but it also gets at that kind of wider lens. And we saw this even with health authorities like EMA, that wanting something tangibly related to vision preservation, vision benefit is so critical. And so, thinking about ways to achieve that with, the challenges that are inherent to GA studies, I think is imperative for all of us that continue to want to be developing additional therapeutics and building upon the science and the learning that we've had to date. So again, payers think in a simple way. They think visual acuity. But I think that there is an opportunity through conversations like this session to think about, ways that you can get at what they're really wanting. And that's the same thing that the patients want, is they want to know the tangible benefit to these therapies, but doing it in a way that has the rigor and has, a reasonable signal to noise that you can actually discern these subtle therapeutic effects, and particularly, on timelines that are reasonable for clinical trials to achieve.
Yep. Got it. Well, Erin, I really appreciate that. That's fantastic background. You have a tough job, but you're just the perfect person to moderate this group of experts. And I want to pivot a little bit. This may be a little bit of a surprise question. I want to get a little personal. What's next for Erin Henry? I see the surfboard in the back. Um, are you just surfing? What is next? Is there any breaking news that Maureen can flash in this interview? Like, give us a little bit of what's ahead for you.
I've had the benefit of getting to have a little bit of a break, and with that is an opportunity to think about what's going to be exciting to me and in the next step. I don't have anything specific to say at this time, but hopefully in the coming weeks I may. But really, I think there are so many incredibly exciting opportunities, and I'm hoping to be part of that, and hopefully, part of continuing to drive the science and the field forward in geographic atrophy.
Excellent. Well, Erin, thank you so much. And I will see you on November 22nd and 23rd at OIS 14. And everyone should register now. There's limited seats. Maybe we'll see the regulatory dream team there as well. Your colleagues there, Erin. And thank
I
you so
hope
much.
so. I hope so. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and I think it's going to be really fun. So I'm looking forward to getting into it and to seeing all my friends and colleagues there in San Diego.
Excellent. See you there.